Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Al. This is the Nomadic Toolbox. Today we're going to be working on my Super Cub, or at least talking about it. I just installed a couple more upgrades. First of which is the windshield. It's I'll get into details in a minute. And then I also invested in some side racks where we can put some saddle bags or some sort of boxes on the side. I need to get some storage on this bike because it's also my work vehicle. And my plan is that to make it where if I cannot get the job done on my motorcycle, then I'll sub it out to someone else. I'll let someone else do it and maybe, make a little money off the top or however it works out. But I'm trying to simplify my life, and this is a big part of it. So here it goes. I'm going to show you the windshield first. This is from Puig, P-U-I-G. And here, let's check it out first. All right, there it is. This is the 2022 Honda Super Cub. I know it's dirty, but that means I use it, and I'm real. Here's the Puig Traffic windshield or windscreen. You could find this on Amazon. Just type in your type of vehicle you got. Let's say it's Honda Super Cub. It comes with this nice mounting system. There's a bad review online talking about how it popped off of these balls and flew back and hit the person in the face. I'm sure that can happen. I don't think it's very likely if you install it properly. One trick is make sure you tighten these. There's these Allens that you tighten up on the side. They're on the outside actually. You gotta tighten the piss out of those. Make sure they're tight. This one on the outside of this one as well. There and there. There's two. This one here. Tighten the piss out of it and make sure the mirrors are not going to come loose. Luckily, if the mirrors come loose, it's not going to fly off. It's going to stay there. So your main priority is making sure these are tight enough. And if you have to, you can even probably put a little adhesive in there. It's probably not advised. Maybe some thread locker might even help out a little bit. I'm not too sure about that. I just tightened the piss out of it. And what I did was, the first time around when I wore it, I put on a helmet. Wear your helmet, because if this thing flies back and does hit you in the face, your helmet's gonna protect you. So I ran it and tested it. Got all the way up to 60 miles an hour. And it was fine, which proves that, it was fine. And also it was not moving. This was not closing in. See that? I like the way it sits right there like this. It is a little vertical. It's a little vertical, and some people might think it's a little goofy looking, and I do think it's goofy looking too, to be honest. But I'm going to be taking it down to Key Largo from here, which is a good run, and there's quite a bit of wind. So really, this is a test run to see if this makes my commute better. I've been doing it for a couple of days, and it's been all right. But there's times where I can only hit 45 miles an hour top speed because the wind is coming at me so strong. I feel like that wind coming at me when I have all my gear on, I'm like a parachute. So this thing has got to at least help spread it out and help it travel past me. I'm hoping that the wind will come, this way, and then travel right around my body. What I did notice is there is a bit of turbulence in the air, or wind buffeting. I'm sure you're familiar with that. It's not too bad. It's really not, because this windshield's pretty low. What ends up happening though, let's see, I'll sit on it right now and show you what I mean. Oh, and by the way, you could fit your X mount. You could fit your phone holder right here. It'll stick up this way with the longer one, and then you can mount your phone right here. And what's great about that is it's out of the wind, so there's less chance of it blowing off or getting wet or getting damaged in any way. All right, so the windscreen right here, it's actually up to about, let me see what height that is. Put my leg on here to hold it in place. This is about at just at my upper chest, right about right here. That's when I'm sitting straight up. If I go to hunch down, it's going to be a little higher, So there is some buffeting that happens, but I've noticed that it's right around the neck area, which is okay compared to having it up here. If you have it up here, it's going to be vibrating your windscreen or your visor. So having it down here is it's sort of a you got to choose between two evils or whatever. I don't even know how you're going to say it. You can have the wind coming in and hitting your whole body here, and it'll be a little more quiet inside of your helmet. Or you can have the windscreen on and you won't have any wind hitting you around here. It'll hit you right at the top of the shoulders. For me, I'm 6 foot tall, and you'll get some noise. You'll get some turbulence noise. And I'm not sure if that's worth it, but maybe when I'm riding solo, it won't matter so much. But when I have a passenger and I want to be able to hear them, it might be a problem. I'm going to give it a shot today and see how it goes down to Key Largo, and see what happens. The next thing I just installed today was these racks right here. You can also find these on eBay. They're pretty goofy looking, I think, but the odds are they're just going to be covered up by some boxes or bags. See, it says "Just Like Play." This is the company that makes it. It was like Udon. It's from Thailand, and you know, Asians kind of struggle with, like, you know, English. So there's some the translation from their language to our language is a little funky. So what might sound cool in Thai probably doesn't sound very cool in English. So Just Like Play. There's another one that does say Super Cub right here, which is pretty nice. That one came out right after I ordered this one, so that sucks. But no, it doesn't matter. This is going to be all covered up. I've got one on both sides. It was able to mount right onto here. Now, these holes did not line up perfectly on this side. The other side, they lined up flawless, perfect, no problem. Put it in, screw them in, all good. On this side, I had to take some pliers. I had to bend this out that way. I had to bend this arm out that way. And I had to bend this whole tab out that way. It seems like I had to do a lot. It wasn't very much. It's just I did a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit there, because I didn't want to stress out any of these joints, any of these welds. In the end, they came out pretty solid. I put some thread locker on them. Thread locker on there. Don't mind this. This is the residue from the sticker. I've got another video to show you how to take these off easily. That's just some leftover paint or something, but all those residue's gone, and I didn't use any. I didn't use WD-40 or Goo Gone or anything like that. I'll go over that in another video. So thread locker on these. This bracket replaces the washer. I'm just assuming that because the threads that were left over were not all that long. So I just went ahead and got rid of the washer because this is nice and thick. So that works as a washer. This one I got rid of the washer because it looks a little goofy and I don't need it. I think it looks better without it. Maybe I'll even paint that black. You might be wondering what that white thing in the back there is. These seats, this seat came with basically a rub guard. It's a little washer to protect it from scratching your paint on your bike, because maybe I'll want to take the seat off at some point and I don't want my paint all scratched up. You can just buy those online if your kit didn't come with it. So here's this side. They look small, they look silly, but hey, it's a custom look. It looks pretty good. I might want to paint them chrome. I might regret that it isn't chrome. Tell me what you guys think. Should that be chrome? Yep. Should this be chrome, or should that be black? I'm talking about the rack right there. I think the rack looks pretty striking the way it is, and I bet that would be pretty striking too if I did that in chrome. Again, it's going to be covered up. Thinking about putting a gas tank on one side, a gas can, and then a box or a bag on the other side. For now, as far as storage, I've got that right there, and I just scored this tool bag. This tool bag is going to be able to fit all of my tools, everything I need for the day at least, and more if I want to, but it's easy enough to go through. My son's helmet, don't mind the scratches. He didn't hit the road, only the helmet did. Fell off of the bike one day. You zip that up, I can set it right on the back of the bike here. Boop. Just like that. And then these seats come with the tie down points, you know, right here and right there. You can use those. I'm just gonna use a strap to go through there and through there, all the way around the other side, and strap that sucker down, and boom, I can make it to work. What's cool about that is not much wind is gonna hit it. It's not gonna be much drag. So for now, that's perfect until I figure out what kind of bags or boxes or something I'm gonna put on there. I want it to be more of a DIY. I want it to be a DIY look. Either leather or leather bags, or if I do DIY, I think it's gonna be those ammo cans or jerry cans, you know, the military style. I think that green, that military green, would look pretty cool on this thing. A big concern though is if I put the, let's say I put the ammo can on the side there, I'm concerned that when I turn a corner, or if I get too close to a wall, you know, if I lean this way, and man, what if that hits something on the left side or the right side, if it hits that outer corner, because it's probably going to be sticking out pretty far. If that hits, then it's gonna really hurt. It's gonna hurt the bike big time. So I'm really starting to lean towards something a little more soft, just in case that does happen. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Tell me what you think of the windshield. I may switch down to the smaller Asahi windshield that they sell on some of these websites. It's that short one that just comes up over here and swoops up a little bit. You know, that's gonna help some, but it's not gonna block all the wind. It's gonna block it up to maybe your upper stomach. But I feel like anything would help. I know this bag is a little goofy, but they actually sell some red and black ones at Home Depot, whether it's Husky or was it Rigid? I think it was Husky. Husky and of course Milwaukee have black and red bags, and some of them even have like a ring here and a ring there for a carry strap. So that means you can feed your strap through and help tie it down better. With this one, I mean, can't you just put one right in the middle through the handles? Or maybe I'll put two, one on this side of the helmet, one on that side of the helmet, so it really buckles it down. I think it's also going to help that this one has a bit of a solid base on the bottom. See, it's not so flimsy and weak. Again, let me know what you guys think of the setup, and what I should put on here next. I know they sell a front rack for the front there, but I think that looks a little goofy. And actually what I have ordered right now is I have that custom made bag. I got a black one. It fits right in here, straps down with 6 points, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 on the other side. And then there's a zipper on top. So that means when I'm sitting on the bike, all I have to do, if I need something, it's easily accessible just by looking down, zip, grab it, pull it out. And now that could be a variety of things. That could be my cell phone holder. That could be a little bit of gasoline, I guess. Could be my cell phone. We'll see how big the bag is and see what I can fit in there. Could be more tools. I'm trying to make this bike versatile. I'm trying to make this bike usable, functional. It already is probably the most practical bike on the planet, but with these little bit of upgrades, it's going to be pretty useful, I think. I sure think so. One gripe of mine is that when I ordered this seat, it also says Honda. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think I would prefer just the back one to say Honda, right? Maybe I'm being picky. I'm not that OCD anymore. I used to be a lot more back in the day. I've also seen some people take the chain cover off of these bikes so you can see the chain. I have no interest in doing that. I like it all encased and safe. It stays clean, free of dust. I live out here in the country, so my ride into town is very dusty. Not interested in that. Oh, definitely another upgrade I'm going to be tackling is these mirrors. Now, while I can see, clean this out a little bit. I'm gonna wash this bike right after this video. The mirrors are nice and narrow, so you can filter through traffic really well. I'm not advising you do so. But a problem is, I can only see, turn around. I'm only able to see just a little bit around my shoulder here, and I can see behind me. That's pretty good, but I'm telling you, it's a little sliver that I can see. So really, what I'll do is I'll end up leaning a little bit just to be able to get a better look, or tucking my arm in to get a better look. And I think it'd be safer if I went with something different. So what they sell is you can either get longer ones. Obviously, you guys know the options. What am I talking about? You can get longer mirrors that stick out a little farther out to the left side or to the right side, or you can just remove the mirrors there and get these bar end ones, the ones that come out, the ones that'll come out right here and stick out to here, and so you can see a lot farther back. I don't think I'm interested in that because I want to be able to filter through traffic. I don't want my mirrors hitting on stuff, so I just want a little more space. All right, I think that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm loving this bike. I'm gonna have it for years. I'll buy another bike eventually, and I think it's gonna be the Honda ADV, and that's the I'll wait for either the ADV 160 or the ADV 350. I have a strong feeling that 350 is going to be making it to the States at some point. And if it does, I'm going to be getting my slimy, greasy little hands on it. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, be sure and hit the thumbs up button. You can also subscribe to my channel. And if you leave a comment, all of those things help the channel immensely. They help push the video up to the top and get me a little more coverage. I'm trying to get this ball rolling, and I really would appreciate your help. I'm gonna really try to put more videos out on a daily basis. So thank you guys very much. Again, my name's Al. This is the Nomadic Toolbox. I'm out.